Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome. If you can hear me, kindly raise your hands in the comment section. Can you hear me? More Judith. So I want to welcome each and every one of us. Thank you for joining our live webinar on assessing business loans in Access Bank. My name is Csaae. So I'm the director for the Women Empowerment Program of the Center for Social Awareness, Advocacy and Ethics. The Women Empowerment Program is called YOMI, which means Young Mompreneurs Initiative. So YOMI is a socioeconomic program of the Center for Social Awareness, Advocacy and Ethics. Is a women empowerment program. So at YOMI, what we literally do is we help young moms who are between the ages of 18 to 45 years. We help them identify entrepreneurship opportunities in areas of market demand. We also facilitate access to technical services to strengthen the young mompreneurs. We also facilitate access to credit facilities, including loans, grants, and government aids, of which this online series we are doing today is one of it. One of the things we also do at YOMI is we help provide on-site support and mentoring. We help mompreneurs do their due diligence, register their businesses, and set up business accounts. We also train mompreneurs in best business management practice. We evaluate the viability of existing business. So today in our online series, the edition of our online series today, we are going to be talking about how to assess loans in Access Bank. We all know that finances has been a major issue for most small and medium scale enterprises. So we are trying to see how to help mompreneurs. Mompreneurs are women who are in businesses. So we are trying to see how to help them access funds or access finances for their businesses in order to help them grow and expand. So in our online series today, we are going to be partnering with Access Bank to bring to you a power-packed package on how to assess loans. So with us here, we have our speaker for today, Mrs. Jennifer. Mrs. Jennifer Ihuako Atozie is a chartered banker with over 18 years experience. She has a BSc in Human Anatomy from the University of Ilorin and an MBA from the ESUD Business School. She also holds certifications from CIBN, CIFCON. She has wide banking experience and has been in business development. Mrs. Jennifer is happily married with 3 kids. So we are going to welcome our speaker for today, Mrs. Jennifer. Tell us more about assessing finances in Access Bank. So with a round of applause, I want us to welcome our speaker for today, Mrs. Jennifer. Kindly welcome her with a round of applause in the comment section. Let's welcome our guest speaker for today. She's going to give us all the information we need about assessing finances in Access Bank. And I promise you, this webinar is going to be fully packaged. It's going to be insightful. It's going to be impactful too. So we are going to welcome her so she will speak to us about it.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello, good morning.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Good morning, Mrs. Jennifer.
Good morning. Sorry, I had a network glitch that threw me out. I guess I'm back up. So I don't know where you stopped.
Okay, so I'm done with the introductory aspect. So we are waiting for you to speak to us about the loans in Access Bank for women entrepreneurs.
Okay, just let me get out of this dark zone. So you can actually see the face. Sorry, there's a network glitch that threw me out. Just hold on.
While we wait for Mrs. Jennifer, our program today is strictly for women who are entrepreneurs, women who are doing businesses.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Sorry for all the network issues. Okay, so my name is Jennifer, like you all heard, and I work with Access Bank. And like I said in the introduction, this is like 18 years of banking experience. And all I have done is sales and business development basically in those 18 years. So I work for Access Bank. In Access Bank, our vision is to be the world's most respected African bank. And in Access Bank, we have a passion for women in business, which is what we represent. So we understand that women are a critical part of the society. And we realize that once you empower a woman, you empower the generation. Once you empower a woman, You've empowered a society. So in Access Bank, we're a little bit very emotional when it comes to dealing with women. And that has made us carve out a particular product. We call it Access Women Power Loan. Now, I love the word power because it talks about empowering a woman and the things that we need to do to empower the woman. So I'll just go straight to the point. So as a woman, automatically, once I have an account in Access Bank, here we're talking about loans. We're talking about lending to women. And I'll just go straight to the point. We'll talk about women. We have a big problem. Most women have issues. Someone said she's not hearing anything. Okay, let me increase my volume. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
If you can hear, kindly raise your hands in the comment section so we know we're on the same page.
Yeah, because people are saying they can't hear. And we're very emotional when it comes to dealing with women. And that has made the bank carve out a special product for women. Now, what do I mean? If you're a man and you walk into the bank, like I said, we have a problem with women and we have a problem with lending to women. Most women are not empowered. They have to depend on their husband, they have to depend on people to get them money. And most of the problems the women have is that they don't even have, most of the time when you want to lend in the bank, typically they have to get your collateral, get this document signed, get that document signed. And because of so let me go ahead. We spend so much time. It's a whole lot of conversation we're going to have. So like I said, most women are having issues with access to funds. And that's because when they want to lend, they are either asked to get one document that they can't access or get your husband to sign us. So what we did was make it easy for the women and say, once you're a woman and you're into business, so for you to even take this, so you must be into business, a verified business, but so that you have a business that you can see. You have at least 3 to 5 workers you pay salaries. We are sure that business has been in existence for more than 1 year. We sure that you understand that we're not funding startup because I want to start selling clothes to, can I borrow money to sell? No, this is not for you. So people that are already in business, people that are already doing business, people that already understand the nitty-gritty of business. So what we have done is to say, okay, if you're a woman and you're doing business, into education, you have a school, you have a trading concern, you have a hospitality business, you are into cooking, you're into bakery, for whatever it is. I mean, as long as you're a woman and you're involved in that and many more. In fact, we have room for creative, like people that designers, tailors, and you understand your cash flow, understand how your business runs. We have a product we have packaged for just specifically for you, and it's called W Power. And how does it work? You walk into any branch, first is you open an account, because most of us still do our businesses in our personal names. We don't have registered businesses. First of all, you have to register the business first and foremost. Once the business is registered, you have to run the account. We don't want to see billing. We want to see that the account is being run, that you're doing business. So we want to see money coming in and going out. That tells us your cash flow. That tells us your capacity. Then we also want to see that you pay salaries, right? So once you have all that, you walk into the bank and say, look, I need money to expand my business. I need money to buy an equipment. I want to buy a car. We even give to women that have fertility issues. Okay, I'm trying to do IVF and I can't fund my IVF, or I'm trying to do 1 or 2 things and I can't fund it. You walk into any of the branches and say, to talk about the W Power loan. So what we do basically is that we profile you, and your business has been for up to 1 or 2 years. Now, not just having a business, it must also be part of the business you're running. So in the registration document, we want that you have at least 50 to 100% shares. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. So most people say, okay, I have a business and register their businesses, and they put their husbands, they put their children, they don't even put themselves. I have a lot of women that do that. So no, let me protect myself. They don't register a business in CAC. You're not in the business, you're nowhere in the business, but you put everybody that matters. Please, you need to go back to CAC and ensure that you're part of the business that you have registered, right? So we look at your shareholder. You're not just a business owner. You have a significant shareholding structure in that business. So when I mean shareholding structure, when you're registering a business, is it an enterprise or a limited liability? You allocate shares. That tells us who the owners of the business are. So we don't want to see, if you have a business that you are part of, we expect that at least you should have 50 to 100% share. Now, when you have 51 and above, when you're lending to you at 15%. Let me explain what 15% means. Now, we're all aware that inflation has caused a lot of interest rate hike. If you're following the news recently, so that TVN has been increasing interest rates by each MPC meeting, waiting for the next one with the new CBN governor or acting governor to see how they're going to react to the increasing inflation rate in the country. But basically, because inflation is on the increase, what happens typically is that the interest rates, if you walk into any bank as a man or as an individual, the bank will lend to you at 30%, 28%. And you must give us collateral, you have to give us a property, a landed document. But just because you're a woman and you walk into the bank, we'll lend to you at 15%. Let me put this in clear terms. So if you borrow 1 million naira, at the end of the year, you pay 150,000. I think that's put it into perspective, to put it in number. I'm a numbers person. I love numbers. So if you borrow 1 million naira, what we're expecting is that after 1 year, you pay us 150,000 naira, which if you look at it, is very, 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 I mean, not getting anywhere else. Now, this W Power is just not access, when I put it, a collaboration Access Bank has with World Bank. And the idea is to ensure that women are empowered. And I told you the benefits of empowering women and what we stand to gain once we have an empowered society where women are empowered. I'll give you a typical example. There's a woman I met sometime last year, and she told me that she makes cakes and she has capacity to make bread. I said, why don't you come and buy ovens to increase her capacity? Because she was just making cakes and bread in small quantities. And she was able to put funds to it. She was able to come up with a performer invoice. I gave her money, W Power loan at 15%. And she started baking. If you go to most supermarkets in Imo State now, you know that most of the stores have her bread. And the bread is so delicious. In fact, she brought some loaves to me to even advertise. And I was so happy and excited. I said, why don't you buy? Now she can't even meet demand. I said, why don't you even come and buy an extra oven since your cash flow has improved? So that's what we're talking about. So the business has to be in existence. Now, for 1 million naira, you pay back 150,000 naira. And there's a tweak now. If your business is, yes, it's in your name, but you have maybe your husband or your children having higher percentage, maybe they have above 50%, you borrow at 20%. Let me explain again. So you have this business, and when you're registering it, you put your husband, you put your grandfather, most women have, we are very emotional. Put all your children that are underage. They're just wasting those shares because children are not even allowed, underage children are not, when a child is not up to 18, all those shares are a waste because an 18-year-old child is not allowed to be a shareholder in any company. So don't waste those shares. Allocate those shares to yourself. When they get to 18, you can now give it to them. So when you have above 50%, when you have less than 50% shares in the business, we lend to you at 20%, which is also cheaper than what you have in the market. So we want to be sure the business is controlled by women. I tell you why we're doing that. A lot of men have now understood that, okay, because if a woman is in the business, you know how men are, and they'll now come and they have gone to change their CAC and they have given themselves 50-50. No, we want the business to be controlled by a woman. We don't want the woman to have less than 50% shares, because what most men have done is that they have gone to CAC to adjust their share allotment, giving the woman less, maybe equal shares. But for you to enjoy the 15% interest rate, we'll give it, you must have at least 51% and above. That means you are the majority shareholder in that business. And why I'm stressing it, because I know we're going to have those questions come later on. Now, if you have 50-50, about 49 and 50% and above, we lend to you at 20%. Right. So that is what the power loan is all about. Like I said, we lend to people that want to buy a car, you want to buy an oven, you want to buy a hairdressing, whatever you're doing. As long as the business is controlled by you as a woman, we're empowering you to be able to ensure that you can take charge of that business. Now, what is the collateral? I think it's collateral free. We can lend up to 10 million naira. You can borrow up to, we can give, you want to buy an equipment, you can give up to 3-4 years to repay, right? You can lend up to 10 million naira collateral free. However, we will ask for a guarantor. What does the guarantor need to bring? The guarantor has to be someone that has capacity, that does not have any bad loan in any bank, because we have people that have bad loans everywhere. You know, when in that COVID era, when they were giving all those federal government, the people thought it was free and taking those money and they have refused to pay. So what CBN has done is to go and blacklist those people that have taken those COVID loans and have refused to pay and declare them as being bad debtors. So the person must not be a bad debtor. The person must have a bad credit check. The person will give you a positive check and a guarantor for that's all the person needs to provide and process. Now, if you walk up to the bank and say, I want the loan, how long does it take? It may take up to perhaps 2 weeks, 3 weeks for the loan to be processed. We have another facility we call the cash flow lending. Now, we're giving you money based on your cash flow, but the maximum amount you can take there is 2 million naira. In that particular loan, you don't even need, but you can't take more than 2 million naira and you can't default. So that's what we call the cash flow lending. Again, it's 15% again, because you're a woman. For the men, it's 30%. I mean, if you take our IBL is about almost 35%. But because you're a woman, the bank has given you that waiver. In fact, we even have ATM cards. They're not for women. You have discounted rates in some stores, in some, like all those kunga. Once you're a woman, we even have an ATM card. And we have made specifically beautiful card. So if you're using that card, you have discounted rates. So there's so much for the women out there. Problem is information dissemination. Did women know? No, they don't know about it. They are seeing a lot of women struggling. My husband has said, no, the patriarchal, I said the patriarchal society. So everybody is looking at you and say, oh, no, let us tell them. And I have 3 daughters, and I know people tell me, you don't have a son? Oh, madam, you have to try to have one so you can have your legs strong in your husband's house. So people think that without the man, you can't do anything. I have a problem with, of course, I believe so much in the man is head of the home. I mean, that the woman should be empowered. A woman should be able to speak out. I mean, with the way things are going in the economy today, gone are the days where a man will be able to carry the load alone. Those days are gone. As it is now, every woman must be part of her home, part of the society, even your immediate family, because things are not getting better. So we need to have both the man and the woman bringing their sources together and, giving these children or giving yourself a better life. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to take reactions. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. So I would want to hear from the participants because this webinar is actually for them. So I don't know if there are people who have questions for Mrs. Jennifer. So if you have questions for Mrs. Jennifer, kindly raise your hands, then unmute yourself so you can speak. Are there questions for Mrs. Jennifer? Questions, reactions from the participants? Do we perfectly understand what she just said? Questions, reactions? Are there areas that we are confused on what she just said? If we are not able to put out our questions at this point, then when we get to the bank, we may have issues, we may have problems. So I think it's best that we put out our questions, we ask our questions because Madam Jennifer she is our lead for this W Power loan. So I think we need to ask her all the questions so that when we get to the bank, it will be very easy for us. So we'll have to give out some time for the participants to ask questions before we proceed.
So I also like to add that my branch is in, can you hear me? So that my branch.
Yes, I can.
Is in, okay, in Owerri, West Avenue. So I don't know where you're all calling in from. I also drop my phone number at the end of the session, so you can always reach out to me for any private questions. But I'm seeing that Joy is asking a question. I think she's trying to type it.
Can you hear me? So Joy is asking, she said, the one she said you can only collect 2 million naira. Joy, your question is, I don't really understand your question. Do you mean she should talk more on what she said about collecting 2 million naira? Please elaborate your question so that we can understand and know how to help. Okay, she said yes. So Mrs. Jennifer, it seems she's a bit confused on the part you said.
Because I would like my explanation on the cash flow lending. Okay, for the cash flow lending, okay, I'll just take it back again. I said cash flow lending is the facility we give based on your cash flow, right? Right. What we do basically is, I think, am I echoing? Okay, so for cash flow lending, what we do basically is that we give a facility and we tie it to your cash flow. So in that case, usually if we're giving you a W Power loan, we might come and do some form of valuation in your store. You say, okay, I sell drink and I currently have 5 cartons. I want to buy 2 more cartons. We don't just sit down in the office and do armchair banking. We need to come to your store and count and check that you actually have the goods, your stock that you have. That's for people that are into trading businesses, right? So for cash flow, that one is basically, of course, for traders. We also come and do the valuation ourselves. We count it physically. I sell clothes, I sell shoes, I sell bags. We'll be there to actually review, do like get some receipts to confirm that this is what you're doing. Then in that case, like I said, we'll use your Access Bank statements. And if you have another account in another bank and that corporate account, I keep saying corporate account, so you don't come and say, I've been doing that's my personal account. You don't qualify. So you have a corporate account in another bank. We would use that other bank turnover and add to what you're doing to justify that you're able. So if you want 2 million naira, we expect that at least if you're asking for 2 million naira loan, that the business you're doing currently, that at least in a month, you do above 2 million naira. I take it again. So I want 2 million naira in my business. We should have don't lend to you more than your capacity can carry. Because someone say, okay, I need 10 million, I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house. We look at what you're doing currently and now match it with your current need. If you say you want 2 million naira, what you're doing currently, are you actually generating up to 2 million naira? So we feel that when we give you that extra 2 million naira, we turn it to 4 million naira. That's our thinking. We don't want to give you 1 million naira to make it 2. We want to give it 2 to make it 4. So that is what I was talking about. So for the cash flow, look at your cash flow. We look at all, we analyze it and we lend to you. That's one of the fastest loans we give. In that case, we don't ask you for a guarantor. Your goods, your cash flow is our security. So the minimum is 1 million. Well, the minimum is I think 500,000. Our maximum is 2 million. Someone Adenike is asking, what if one has a corporate account? Yes, we have to. I mean, we will lend to you in Access Bank now. You need to open one in Access. We will not give you loan in your GT account. You need to open an account in Access Bank. You need to access the loan from Access Bank. So we can monitor currently to get our money back.
So Okweniesta was asking, I think she's a bit confused on the payment of salaries. She said you should throw more light on it.
Oh, no. What we're saying is that, so what are we trying to do? We're trying to empower the site. We're trying to improve the GDP of Nigeria. We're trying to ensure that the money spreads. And like I told you, it's not just Access Bank money. It's an Access Bank with W Power, sorry, with World Bank that have come together. And like that, it's not just to give you money that you spend on yourself. Once the money is spread. So if we give you money and you pay 3 people's salaries, you have already improved 3 other households. The money is what's circulating. There's a value chain. The money is moving. And that person too will have a brother, sister, somewhere that is helping. And that person will have, so the money is circulating. So we expect that you have staff that you're paying salaries. It's not just you, a one-man show, me and me alone. Even if it's one staff, even if it's 2 staff, you must have somebody that you're working with. We don't want the money to just tie with you and your family. That won't have achieved the aim. The aim is that the money is spread. So if we give you money, you know that you have staff that pay salary. That money, that staff will have a brother and an uncle or a sister who also needs his help. So the money circulates. Do you understand?
Okay. I think I saw a question from Infinis. She said, "Good morning, Ma. Please, how about if your business is more of marketing because of inability to raise funds to get a space for proper organization? Is such an individual entitled to the loan?"
So what business do you do? The business must have a name. It must have these services you're providing. Is it goods? So there's something you're doing. And when you say marketing, are you like, what are you marketing? You need to know what you're doing. We're not just coming to give you money to that. No, what are you doing? We say you're marketing. What are you marketing? Are you an online business person? What are you doing? We need to know what you're doing before we can actually disburse the loan. So it must be clear, spelled out. We need to visit your business premises. We'll go and visit what you're doing. So it's not a one man or a briefcase contractor. No, that's not what we're doing. Do you understand? Then I have another one. Does the current account holder with unable? Yes. As long as you have an account holder in Access Bank, a business account. I keep saying a business account, not a personal account. I think I saw where C-Hub said they're helping people to register their businesses. Please take that opportunity and go and register your businesses if you're yet to register the business. And like I said, when registering, please be very, very intentional about how you allocate your shares. Allocate more shares to yourself because you're the MD CEO, you're the major person, you're the person controlling the business. Right. So when you're registering that business, try as much as possible to allocate more shares to yourself. So yes, you must have an account, you have an existing account with Access Bank. You walk into any of our branches, they'll be able to avail you this loan.
Do we have more questions for Mrs. Jennifer? Questions. I want this meeting to be an interactive one. So Adanike has asked her questions. For those in Lagos, how do we connect?
Okay, so like I said, every branch, Access Bank is one branch, it's one bank, and it's a big branch. Any branch you walk into Access Bank, any branch, like I said, take my phone number. I'm going to get my phone number right now. So if you have any issues, call me. Refer to this conversation we had with you. And tell me that you want to access the W Power loan. That you had a webinar where it was discussed, and I'm typing my details on the, so you know that. So refer to this conversation. And if you have any issues, please do well to reach out to me. I'm dropping my phone number. I'm a call away. I might not pick your call, but just send me a text. If I don't pick, I will always have meetings. But if I don't pick, drop a chat, drop a text, I will always respond. I will. So I'll drop my phone number, and I'm sure you cannot see it. So any branch you go to, as long as it's Nigeria, we will have branches all over. One of the biggest branches. But walk into any bank and tell them that you want to take this loan. It's the same thing, the same product everywhere. Somebody asking the minimum amount. Like I said, the minimum for the W Power is 1 million. The maximum is 10 million. So for W Power, right? We can get up to 100 million. That's the maximum actually on W Power. However, after 10 million, you must provide collateral. After 10 million, and collateral might be a property in your name. But if we are procuring a machine for you or an asset like a generator, inverter, buying a vehicle for you, the collateral is the item we are financing. I repeat, we can give up to 100 million. That's the maximum amount is 100 million per person. But if we are financing anything outside cash, we're giving money to maybe procure an equipment, that equipment becomes our collateral. And I talked about how we also help for women that have fertility issues, like those of them that are trying to do IVF, are trying to do surrogacy, that are trying to do fibroid treatment, can't afford it. Please, we have such products. This W Power is also for you. Don't feel shy about it, and you'll be trying to have a baby for years and you don't have money. Please walk into any of our branches and tell them we spoke to you. We have hospitals that have been assigned, and yes, we can get yes, we'll be able to attend to you. Now it says if you can access other states. No, so walk into any branch And I'll give you my number. Call me, because I can't wait. Access Bank has about 3,000 staff. I can't give anybody's number in every branch. But once you get them and talk to them, I manage the biggest branch in the entire Southeast. So once they're from West Avenue, they will come with you and they will be able to reach out to me. I just drop my number. I don't know if I drop my name. Let me drop my name as it is. I'll put my name again, so you won't be in doubt. I also drop my Access Bank email address. You can always reach out to me if you have any issues in any of the branches. They will definitely reach out to me. But Access Bank, we are trained to do it's a one-stop shop, so you don't need to. My number, I put my number again. My number is there. So another person is asking, what and what do I need to open a business account? Of course, you just need your NEPA bill, BVN, your ID card. That's it basically, nothing more. Of course, 2 references. Of course, your registration document. It must be a registered business. And of course, your business is into a SCUMO related. You have to have team. So the government is about, they're very, very serious about payment of taxes. So you must have team, and you must have SCUMO if what you're doing is a SCUMO related business. So some businesses that government has identified as businesses that require the special anti-money laundering certificates. Things like people that are into luxury goods like gold, jewelry, people that are into real estate. Most of these politicians use them as money laundry. So the government has said, no, for you to get into those businesses, you must get a certificate that shows that you're not going to be used for money laundering. If you're doing poultry farming, now poultry is agriculture, and it depends on what you want us to finance. If you want us to buy feed, you want to finance feed, yes, we can get it, but we are specific about how we finance agriculture, because we have volatile and the rate of default in that system. But yes, we finance stuff like, if you do poultry farming, you want a working capital to purchase feed and other things, yes, we can give you that facility. The more of goods and services, to sales, roof tiles, fantastic. You qualify very well. If you're into sales, supply, installation of roof tiles, yes, you qualify for the loan. Visit one of our branches, call me up, and we can take it up from there. I've dropped my number. I don't know if you can still see my number. So it's going to, I don't know why it's going as a direct message. I don't know what I can do to make it come as a general message. Admin, can you help? I've dropped my phone number. It's like second time. See, they can't see the details. Can you help?
Yes, I'm on it. I think everybody should be able to see it now. I've dropped it in the comment section. Can you see it now? Emodi, can you see the details? Adenike, can you see it? Omotola, can you see it? I've dropped Mrs. Jennifer's phone number for easy access and easy reach. I just sent to everyone. Please, if you can see it, kindly indicate.
It's visible. I can see that it's visible.
I don't know if they can see it. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so I don't know if we'll still have more questions for Mrs. Jennifer. I don't know if we still have more questions for Mrs. Jennifer. I think she has been able to tell us all we need to know about the W Power loan in Access Bank. So let me just give a breakdown of what she has just said. So she said for you to access this loan, this W Power loan, you must be a woman. One of the criteria is that you must be a woman. So I don't know why Access Bank put it that way, but maybe because women are marginalized in the society. So, but whatsoever reason it is, one of the criteria for accessing that loan is that you must be a woman. Then another criteria is you should own a business. You shouldn't be someone who is still trying out. You've not even done your feasibility study. You've not even known the viability of the kind of business you are venturing in. No, this loan is not for startups. The loan is not for startups. The loan is for people who already have an existing business and have been in the business at least for a minimum of 2 years. So you be in the business. The loan is for people who want to expand their business. So one criteria is you must be a woman. Another one is business should have been in existence for at least 2 years. Then also another criteria is must be registered. Your business must be registered. So here in Nigeria, we have the Corporate Affairs Commission that is in charge of registration of business. So for you to register your business in Nigeria, your business must be registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. So our sister organization, C-Hub, I think I saw their comment in this chat box. They do business registration for business. So I think I will also put out their details so that if you want to do your business registration and you don't know where to do it, can help you do that. Then also another criteria for you to access the loans is that you must also have at least a minimum of 2 to 3 employees. The reason is so that there is a value chain. You shouldn't just be a one-man business. It shouldn't just be you alone. No. So you must have people, employees, people who you are paying for you to access these loans. Then I think I've been able to run through all the criteria. And also you should be able to, for you to access these loans, the collateral, there is no collateral, there is no guarantor. So having said all that, if there are people who want to register their businesses and are in doubt of where to do that, I'll kindly drop phone number. Or C-Hub, can you hear me? C-Hub, kindly drop your phone number. C-Hub, are you still in this meeting? Kindly drop your phone number so that they can do their business registration for people who are yet to register their business. Then people who have registered already, I've already sent out Sis Jennifer's phone number. If you have your business registered, you have your corporate accounts in your business name, not just your personal account. Your business must be registered, and you should also have a corporate account in your business name. And that you should also have an account in Access Bank, because this is Access Bank giving you the loan. So they should be able to see what you are doing. So with all these criteria, I know that there are people here who met these criteria. There are people here who met these criteria. So if you met these criteria, of course, Yomi is here to help you to assess this loan. So if you have issues assessing these loans, please kindly, I'll drop my number in the comment section too. Please hold on. For those of us who started with us, I introduce myself. My name is Csaae. I am the director for the Women Empowerment Program in the Center for Social Awareness, Advocacy, and Ethics. So in the Women Empowerment Program, we call it YOMI. And that YOMI is for women who are between the ages of 18 to 45 years, young moms. We call it Young Mompreneurs Initiative. So the Young Mompreneurs Initiative is for women who are between the ages of 18 to 45 years and who also have a minimum educational qualification of secondary school certificate. So in Young Mompreneurs, you can also be a member of Young Mompreneurs Initiative by registering with us. Our registration fee is 2,000 Naira. So when you register with us, we have a group where we put women through. We train them on technical skills. We help them assess the viability of their businesses. We also help them assess credit facilities for their businesses. In fact, we do a lot of things for young moms. So if you are interested in being a YOMI member, you can kindly chat me up or call me. I'm sending my number. We have this YOMI in various states across Nigeria. We have YOMI. YOMI is existing in various states in Nigeria. So if you want to be a YOMI member, you are interested in being a YOMI member, kindly send me a message on 0706 1159 616. I repeat, 0706 1159 616. I'm dropping it in the comment section too, for those of you who are unable to get the number when I called it. So kindly send me a message. We'll put you through and help you get your business to the level you want it. So I also want to appreciate each and every one of us. Okay, someone is asking if Yomi is in Ondo State. Well, for now, Yomi is not in Ondo State, but if we get a good number of people who are interested in Ondo State, then we can create Yomi in Ondo State. Recently, Yomi is not in Ondo State, but if we get 2, 3, 4, 5 people in Ondo State who are interested, then we have to set up Yomi in Ondo State. Somebody is asking in Delta State. Yes, it is in Delta State. So what will happen is, please, after this section, kindly drop me a message in the kindly drop me a message on WhatsApp. Introduce yourself. Tell me you are coming from this program, and also give me your details, your name, and some other information that I would want. So when you drop those information, I will give you the registration form. You fill out the details, and then I will give you an account details for you to do your registration. Then you'll be added to the Yomi group. So that is basically the things we do in Yomi. So I don't know, someone is asking if Yomi is in Enugu State. Yes, it is. We have Yomi in Enugu State. We have Yomi in Enugu State. Kindly drop the Yomi website. Okay, please hold on. I don't know, our organization is Center for Social Awareness, Advocacy, and Ethics. I will drop our website link so that when you get to the website, you can read all about us in the website. I will repeat, our organization is Center for Social Awareness, Advocacy, and Ethics. It is a non-profit organization that advocates for human rights, rule of law, good governance, and anti-corruption. We also offer entrepreneurship programs for women and for youths. So I will drop our link so that you can read all about us in our social media handle and also in our website. Your number, someone is asking for my number. I think I've dropped my number. Kindly scroll up the message, the chat box. I sent my number in. And for people who also want to register their businesses, our sister organization, C-Hub, is into business registration and obtaining of TIN certificate too, the tax identification number, because I know that is one of the criteria that you would need for you to open an account in Access Bank. So if you have any inquiries, any questions on business registration or on accessing these loans in Access Bank, already Mrs. Jennifer has told us all we need to do. She has also dropped her details. So you can reach out to her, you can reach out to me. Either ways, we are here to help you. Some people are still asking for my number. I don't know if you did. Hold on, let me send it in again. If you can see my number, can I see your hands up? Okay, someone is asking, does Access Bank support projects in arts? What kind of projects, please, Adenike? Can you be more specific? I don't know if Madam Jennifer is still here. Hold on.
I'm still here.
Okay, so Adenike is asking if Access Bank supports projects in arts.
So what does she mean, like stage plays? Okay, yes. So like I said, it's open to all businesses, all. There's no exception. As long as, like I said, the business is owned by at least 51% or 50% for a woman, like I said earlier, as long as it's a female-owned business, a woman must own at least 20 to 50%, and she must be the CEO who will support. And of course, the need has to be specific. You must tell us what the need is for. If you're not just giving money, you must tell us what you want to do. You want to procure more stage materials. What exactly do you need the money for? Is it working capital? Is it asset acquisition? Is it business expansion? We must know. We must know.
Adenike, was your question answered? Adenike, can you hear me? Okay. Thank you so much. But I don't know if we'll have further reactions or further questions. Can you see my number now?
I think it's visible now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do we have further questions? Questions, reactions, business name registration, accessing loans, being a Yomi member? Please kindly send in your questions so we can attend to them before we wrap up. Okay, Emody, sorry, ma, just this last question. I'm into event planning. I do cakes. I want to start selling baking items. Please, I hope I'm qualified. Okay, Emody. Please, ma, you can go ahead.
I thought you were going to speak. So yes, you're very qualified. As long as I said you're into a business that we can see, verifiable business, you're very qualified. So if you're into bake, I just give an example of a woman that was baking cakes in small quantity, how we supported her business. Now she's one of the biggest names. That is amongst other people that we have supported. So yes, if you have that kind of scenario, we will be happy to support. Yes, we will. So walk into one of our branches, call me up, let's chat, let's talk. Do you have an account already? Is your business registered? These are the things that we need to hear that before we can take all those kind of decisions. But yes, we can do all that. We can finance it. We'll be happy to finance it. It can be part of our success story.
Okocheli is asking the duration of payment for the loan if assessed.
So it depends, like I said, it depends on what exactly we are financing. I had told you that there are different tenors, and the tenor is tied to what exactly we are financing. So, as I said, we have the tenor. If it's working capital, now what I mean by working capital is money you want you to pay salaries, your day-to-day running of businesses, that kind of loans. The working capital financing, that is the money you need for your day-to-day running of business, pay salaries, you want to purchase items, your goods, want to buy diesel. That one is 12 months. So we expect after 1 year you pay and we renew it for you. Now, if you want to do asset acquisition or you want to expand your businesses, it's 36 months, which is 3 years. I take it again. The first one is the working capital, which is the one for your day-to-day running of business. You want to pay salaries, you want to buy equipment, you want to buy goods, those things that you normally do every day. You need some money to augment what you're doing. It's a 1 year tenor, 12 months. While the one for asset acquisition, business expansion is 36 months. If I answered your question.
Okay. Someone is asking, for someone who has a business but has not registered.
So I think C-Hub is there to answer your question. You must register your business. That I had said it before. You must be registered. There's no 2 ways about it. It must be a registered business.
Okay. Someone is asking poultry production farming. Good morning, everyone. So sorry,
okay, go ahead.
So sorry, I just joined, and it seems the webinar is about to end. Can we have access to the record? Yes, you can. Or transcript of the conversation or a quick recap. Yes, you can. You can have access to it. As a matter of fact, the webinar is airing live on our Facebook page. So just kindly visit our Facebook handles, CSAAE. You'll get everything that was said in the webinar. Do you finance piggery and poultry farm business? Yes, if it is owned by a woman. ND.
Are you responding or have you responded to that?
Yes, I just responded to her for the fact that the business is owned by a woman. Okay, someone is asking the mode of payback, ma.
Okay, so if it's, like I said, if it's an overdraft, that is the working capital I talked about, you pay the interest monthly and pay the principal at the end of 12 months. However, I can say, look, can I be paying quarterly? I don't want any of the 1 year till now come and not be stressed. Is it possible for me to just pay a part of it now and pay the other one? Yes, you can. It's very flexible. It's okay. I want to pay part of the principal monthly. We will allow you to do that. Payment is very flexible. If it's a working capital, you pay the interest monthly and repay the principal at the end of the year. However, we have what we call a 90-day cleanup cycle. So after 90 days, we expect that our money should be able to return our monies back to us. It should be able to return our money back to us. So we know that after 90 days, the money is back in our coffers. Then, of course, it's available for you to use. So the money should be paid full at the end of the year. But if it's a term loan, like want to finance assets and buy goods and all those, for those ones, you repay monthly. But if it's a school, again, we also want to work with your cash flow cycle. But I think with a school that has termly repayment, You know you can't pay because schools are you pay get money every 3 months. So we tie your repayment to your cash flow. To tie to your cash flow. Yeah. I don't know if I answered that question. Hello. Did I answer the question?
Yes, that was your question answered. Yes, I'm here. When yes, I think that question was coming from you. Was your question answered? Okay, so Dr. Neka is asking, Chine, you did not get the question right. If the person registers, must you wait for 2 years? Yes, you have to wait for 2 years because the number of years we know starts counting from the day you did your registration.
Okay, so we have loans that we can give for 1 to 5 years. So if business has at least 1 to 5 years, we put them in tiers. So if your business is 1 to 5, 1 year, yes, we can give you facilities. We can. But that is for those ones, those are people that can get up to 100 million. If your business is 2 to 3 years, the maximum you can get is 50 million. 3 to 1 year, 20 million. So of course, we are very flexible. So yes, we can actually do that. So from 1 year to 5 years. No, we can give you from, if your business has at least 1 year to 5 years, yes, we can lend to you.
So please, can we get the breakdown of the amount for
so
the number of
if your
years?
business has registered for has been on for at least 1 year, you can't get more than 5 million naira. Do you understand?
Okay.
If your business is just 1 year old, you cannot get more than 5 million naira. If your business is above 1 year, maybe 2 years and above, you get up to 20 million naira. If your business is up to 3 years, 50 million naira. 5 years, you can get 100 million naira. So if your business is just 1, you can't come and be asking for 10 million naira. I won't give you. You can only get 5 million naira because it's just business is just 1 year old.
Okay. So I don't know if we have further questions. Do we have more questions? Questions. We are here to help you. Questions from the participants. I don't think we have more questions.
Okay, so I think we are fine. We'll have
Somebody,
another engagement
please, what's
shortly.
the interest rate for the loan? Interest rate for the loan.
I thought we had discussed this one before.
15%. Maybe this person is just joining. So the interest rate is 15%. 15% per annum. That's at the end of 1 year, you are paying 15%. How soon do we, Adenike, how soon do we have access to the loan after all the requirements have been met for W Power loan and cash flow lending?
I said at least you can get up to, give us 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It should be more than 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. Adenike. So I think I saw another question. What if it's the business expansion loan?
That one I said that it's maximum is 3 years. Like as a school I'm processing, I don't know why I'm mistaking the word school. It's a school I'm processing a facility for, and I'm trying to expand. So yes, we are trying to help them finish the building and expand. So we're doing it for 3 years. So it's possible. Like I said, it's all tied to what is, we don't exceed 3 years and what is convenient for you.
Emily, was your question answered? I think in the absence of further questions from the participants, I think we'll be wrapping up. I want to thank each and every one of us for participating. And please scroll up the chat box. The Mrs. Ja's phone number has already been dropped. I want to start registration person, so it means I cannot access it.
You have to wait for
MOD,
1 year, baby.
wait for 1 year. If the
And
business
it's
is
okay. So
registered,
please
but operating his
understand.
account in another.
And you can use other bank turnover. Yes, we use other bank turnover.
Tell favor, you can use another bank if
Turnover.
your
You give a
business has already
statement.
been
You give a statement from other bank. So I have to break down. So you can use
Okay.
your other bank statement to justify it. But you must bank with us for at least 1 month. You must see that you're banking with us. We won't just come today and give you money today. No. Give us, even if it's 1 month, you give us something.
All right. So I want to thank each and every one of us for participating actively in this webinar. So I believe it was impactful. Yes, it was. It was impactful, it was insightful, and it was also engaging. Yes, we answered all the questions, all your inquiries, all the questions you have about accessing these loans for expanding business. So I want to thank us for attending this webinar. And I also want to inform us that we will be having subsequent online service, subsequent web for women who are in business. So kindly hold on, we'll get to you. I've already seen some people dropping messages in my WhatsApp. I will attend to all of them. So thank you so much for joining. We are going to have subsequent online series, subsequent webinar on how to help women who are in business. So stay tuned. Thank you very much and do have a lovely weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much,
having
Mrs.
me.
Jennifer. Thank you so
Thank you for
much. You
having
have
me.
been a
Please
very
always reach
wonderful
out to me.
person.
Reach out to
Yes, you have
me.
been a
I'll be
very
happy to
wonderful
always
person.
respond. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All
God
right.
bless
Thank
you.
you very much, Ma. We appreciate. All right. Bye.